I stumbled upon this video here and I found it such a relatable topic for so many men that I thought for sure it must be spoken of here. And I think it is a little too innocuous, a little too watered down for what actually happens. But we'll play it here about a minute or so and get down to the finer points.
Love rarely explodes. It cools slowly.
Rewind.
Silence replaces flirtation. Lack of intimacy in a man's life doesn't just create tension. It slowly changes the way he thinks and behaves. At first, he feels rejected. He starts questioning himself. Did I do something wrong? Did I lose my attraction? What changed about me? Then something deeper happens. He stops trying. He stops flirting. He stops initiating. Not because his desire disappeared, but because repeated rejection trains him to protect himself from emotional pain. The man who once pursued his wife with passion becomes quiet. He stops risking embarrassment. He stops showing his need. And this is where the emotional energy of the relationship shifts. Desire slowly turns into distance. Warmth turns into routine. A man who feels unwanted for too long doesn't just get frustrated, he adapts. And that adaptation often looks like withdrawal. The truth is this: intimacy for a man is not just physical. It's reassurance. It's connection. It's the silent confirmation that he is still desired. Without that confirmation, love rarely explodes. It cools slowly. Silence replaces flirtation. Lack of intimacy in a man's life doesn't just create tension. It slowly changes the way he...
Now, what I noticed here is that, yes, it is very common for men to face this kind of ordeal. A dead bedroom is what it's known as. You lose that intimacy. But this video here puts it off as if the man does a simple request and he's rebuffed very politely, very respectfully. That it doesn't happen. What he wants no longer on the table. In reality, that I think is probably the most unrealistic portion of the topic here. It is such a rarity for this topic, for this subject, for this dynamic in the relationships to be handled with such care, such supposed grace that you see on here. She has the hand up. Not all that bad, just a little cartoony, but in reality, what usually accompanies this sort of discussion, this sort of topic, when the man requests it, I'll say men for this time because that's the majority of who it's happening to and who the video is about. So all the little femmies out there, don't worry about it. We'll get you a video of your own perhaps a little later on. The man requested, and does the woman meet him with respect, with dignity, or more than likely does she act volatile? Does she spit up vitriol? Is she bitter? Is she putting him down? Is she disrespectful? Is she dismissive? Is she berating, insulting? All of that usually accompanies. It would be a rare, very rare find of a woman, I think, if she could be faced with this situation and handle it without doing those sorts of things. Because unless there's some medical reason why she's incapable of the intimate acts here, then it has to, by the very nature of it, be something on the mental side. Not that she is crazy, but that's already been established. It is a woman after all. Come on now, ladies. Just calm down. You can't take a joke now all of a sudden. Lord, good heavens now. It can be on the mental side, meaning they have lost attraction for the fellow. Something has gone awry. Maybe they got married and she got the kids and all that, and changed her focus. She no longer needs that element of lust and intimacy for her own side of things. The man's there thinking, whoa, I thought we had a pretty good thing going here, didn't we, honey? Honey? She's there slamming the door, yelling at him. Get out of my face, you fat freak. So it is very rare that a woman can handle that with such grace and maintain the man's dignity. That's why you have
and who once pursued his wife
this
with
video
passion
here.
becomes quiet. He stops risking embarrassment.
He stops
showing his need.
Why would he be embarrassed if the women were capable of explaining it? somehow, saying, I know we can work on this. And they make him feel that he is validated while also finding a resolution, a solution that works for both of them. It's very rare. And that is really the triggering factor here. The triggering factor here is the rareness of it. So I bring out the comments here. So real quick, I will bring out the comments here, and I like this one. Intimacy dies after marriage because it's no longer necessary. The con has been completed. The mark has been landed. I read that. This is one of my favorite one on there. The con has been complete. You can just sense the spite and bitterness from the mark has been landed. They've been plotting this for years, and then they finally got the old fool to agree to it. But here's the thing, man. You don't have to agree. You don't have to put up with it. You don't have to exist in that environment. You can, there's this little thing called leave. You can separate, you can divorce. There's all kinds of methods you can utilize. So you simply staying there, acting like a martyr to this is no good. You're just wasting your life away on it. So they come on here and they complain. Sums up the last 2 to 3 years of my marriage, just riding it out until my kids are a few years older. Precisely what I'm talking about on there. It creates a frictional environment for everybody that you don't even enjoy. Now, I understand there's a certain amount of fear there about, what'll happen? I'll lose this, I'll lose that. Maybe you're not confident enough that you can restart. You're not confident enough you have your ability to find another woman. That scarcity mindset keeps you trapped. And I think for actually a good portion of men on here, women will hate to hear this. They will hate to hear this. It would be anathema to them to even consider this as a possibility. But I swear to you, gals, it's very likely true in your circumstance as well, despite how little you think of your husband or boyfriend at the time. Men don't leave initially because they actually want to fix it. They want to give it a real effort. The vast majority of men are like that. It's very difficult to have them abandon you, especially when they have invested all this time and resources already. In order for a man to pull out, wink, wink, in order for a man to pull out, there really needs to be something going wrong there, because they will make the attempts again and again. They'll listen to the sob stories. They'll put up with that embarrassment in the video here, that risk. They will put up with it for a long time. Maybe even until they die in the grave. I'm sure many men have done that. This happens to me every night. I thought it was normal for all women. Personality. Divorce can be a beautiful thing, especially for men. So, what you have here, men, you don't have to sustain this lifestyle. Nobody in society looks at you and thinks, he's a miserable loser being disrespected by his wife and insulted on the daily and doesn't even get any intimacy. But he has to keep paying for her stuff and she runs him down on the daily. Well, gosh, he's a real man. I want to be like him. Hey, kids, come around. Look at this guy over here. His wife's treating him like a dirtbag, and he stays for the whole time. He's great. Yeah, look, come on. Let's go. He's our idol over here. Nobody's thinking that about you here. You have these thoughts in your mind that are only occurring to you. I'm sure, other men have them all over the place, but the repercussions that you imagine are only in your mind. They very rarely ever happen in the reality. So it is wise for both parties on there. The women are not going to remove themselves from the situation because they still gain too much benefit. That's the truth here. The women gain far too much benefit. They have the resources covered. They have the roof over their head. They have you facilitating and picking up slack that they don't want to handle in their lives. And they don't have to really give you much for it. They can just dismiss you. Get away from me. Don't bother me with that now. And you put up with it. So you need to stop blaming women for this. Women get blamed all the time on the internet for this type of behavior. Oh, women, feminism. In order for that to function here, remember, the man has to endure it. The man has to facilitate and put up with that behavior. The women aren't doing it and forcing. You are not being forced to live this way. You're not. You may think, oh, yeah, I can't. The kids or the money. Nobody's forcing you. That is your own lack of confidence in your ability. You want to be the man, don't you? You want to act tough. Yeah, I'm the man. I could look out for myself. I could do it. Then why are you staying? Why are you staying in these situations? I don't want to leave. Maybe for the religious component, sure. We'll put that in there. In that case, we're going to blame you anyway for picking the wrong gal. So you can't really win in these scenarios, men. And that means the point is, don't stick around in a game where you cannot win. Just tilt the board. Choose a new game to fire up. This one is already gone for you. You're not going to win no matter which course you take. So hit the power button. Start up a new one. You have the time. You have the ability. Quit making the excuses now. And again, just in case any gals have been watching here in a similar boat, this same information, basically the same entirely, just gets swapped for your own. You don't have to put up with it, but like I said, this is for the men, so quit trying to be selfish, ladies, and trying to take over this damn video here. It's for the men. You understand? Now, Ghostmas Pass here, I have done far enough ranting here. Some light on I gotta turn off up there. It's been bothering me, despite these insanely cool glasses here. For now, all boys and gals, Ghostmas Pass gonna take a little break here as always. So until next time, ta-ta.